In the year 2917, peace was an illusion delicately maintained by treaties signed in ink and reinforced by the silent threat of orbital weapons. The interstellar alliance was a fragile network of more than 60 species, bound together not by trust but by necessity. After centuries of war, the galaxy had grown weary of blood. But peace, as always, was a powder keg, and all it needed was a spark. Cadet Jace Wren was the lowest-ranked human on the starcruiser Charon's Edge, a diplomatic warship stationed in the volatile Orvantes expanse. The ship was commanded by the esteemed and feared alien warlord, Commander Zelta of the Zaatreth Dominion. The Zaatreth were a species of towering, plated, and telepathically sensitive warriors, imperial in mindset, cold in demeanor, and brutal in execution. Humans were new to the alliance. Barely a century had passed since Earth made contact and clawed its way into relevance. Despite their intelligence and adaptability, humans were often seen as emotional, erratic, and expendable. Jace, born on one of Earth's orbital colonies, had volunteered to serve in the diplomatic corps, believing idealistically in unity, peace, and a place for humans among the stars. What he found instead was hierarchy, cruelty, and an environment where one mistake could mean exile or worse. And he had just made one. It happened in the Council Bay. Jace, assigned to monitor comm systems, had intercepted a transmission from a splinter faction threatening the Alliance peace talks. He brought it directly to Commander Zelta, bypassing 2 Zaatreth officers in the chain of command. It was standard protocol under Earth's rules. Urgent intelligence merited direct delivery. But to the Zaatreth, it was an unforgivable breach of rank. He entered the chamber with the datapad in hand. "Commander, I intercepted this signal." He didn't finish the sentence. Zelta turned, crossed the chamber in 2 strides, and slapped him across the face with the back of his gauntleted hand. The blow launched Jace into a control panel, cracking his lip and bruising his cheek. "You speak when given permission," Zelta growled. "Know your place, lesser blood." The chamber fell silent. The 2 Zaatreth guards at the doors froze. Jace slowly rose, hand to his mouth, blood dripping between his fingers. 3 seconds passed. And then the air changed. It shimmered, every console dimmed, the ship trembled. Zelta narrowed his eyes. "What is this?" Jace raised his gaze. And for the first time the boyish warmth in his expression vanished. "You should not have done that," he said quietly. Zelta laughed. "You dare threaten?" Jace's body pulsed with light, not technology, not armor, something older. A glyph burned into the skin of his neck, previously dormant, now awakened. His eyes turned pure white, filled with starlight and cold fire. The Zaatreth guards stepped back, suddenly afraid. "Who are you?" Zelta demanded, drawing his energy blade. Jace didn't flinch. "I'm not just a cadet. I was sent here not only to observe, but to protect. My body carries the last vestige of the Sol Core, a planetary-scale defense program encoded into human DNA during the Singularity Wars. You hit me, you triggered it." The blade in Zelta's hand ignited, but then shattered into light. His knees buckled. He grunted, clutching his chest as the invisible force crushed the air around him. "Stop this!" he cried. "I can't," Jace said. "You triggered an ancient protection clause coded by my ancestors. When harmed by a superior-ranking species without provocation, my body initiates an empathy reversal protocol." Zelta screamed. It wasn't physical pain, it was emotional. He felt everything Jace had ever endured. The humiliation, the isolation, the pain of watching fellow cadets die during training missions, the sting of always being seen as less. It was unbearable. "Mercy!" Zelta gasped, collapsing to the floor. Jace blinked and the light faded from his eyes. The protocol ended. Zelta lay shaking not from pain but from feeling. "I didn't come here to fight," Jace whispered. "I came here to help build something better." The doors opened. Officers and delegates flooded in, both Zaatreth and other species. The silence in the chamber told them all they needed to know. The event became known as the Cadet Reversal. It didn't end the prejudice, but it opened a crack in the wall of arrogance that had defined the hierarchy for centuries. Jace was reassigned, not punished, not expelled, elevated. He was transferred to a new assignment, the Harmony Ark, a joint human Zaatreth diplomatic ship designed to represent a new path forward. And it was there he met Lieutenant Nyratel, a ex-Hanti empath and liaison officer. She had violet eyes and a quiet soul. She'd heard of what happened on the Charon's Edge. She didn't fear Jace. She sat beside him during long shifts, listened when he spoke, challenged his bitterness with kindness. He asked her once, "Why do you care what happens to a broken human like me?" She smiled. Because something inside you didn't break when it should have, that's rare. They became friends, then allies, then something more. He told her about Earth sunsets. She told him about how ex-Hanty songbirds sing in frequencies humans can't hear, but she sang them for him anyway. Their bond grew quietly against the backdrop of shifting power and nervous treaties, until the day they stood together before the Galactic Council, when Jace addressed not as a cadet, but as a diplomat, a symbol. My people were underestimated, and maybe we deserved that once, but we are not here to conquer. We are not here to obey, we are here to belong. The chamber erupted in applause, and in the corner, watching with pride, Naira held his hand under the table. The galaxy still struggled, but the peace held. And among the stars, a boy once slapped to the floor rose as a bridge between worlds. A human, with fire in his blood and mercy in his soul.